Right now, over half of all Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. And here's what's wild. It's not just people earning $30,000 or $40,000 a year. According to recent data, even households earning six figures are trapped in the same cycle. Money comes in, money goes out. Nothing left over, nothing growing, nothing changing. And then Monday hits again, and the whole thing repeats. But what if I told you there's one thing you could do every single week that would make it nearly impossible to stay broke? Not a side hustle, not a get-rich-quick scheme, not some complicated investment strategy that only Wall Street insiders understand. I'm talking about a simple weekly ritual that takes less time than scrolling your phone before bed, and it has the power to completely rewire your financial life within 12 months. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to have a step-by-step system you can start this week. And if you follow through, you'll look back a year from now and barely recognize your bank account. So, here's the big idea. Every week, you're going to sit down for what I call a money date. A short, focused block of time, 15 to 30 minutes, where you meet with your money. You look at it. You talk to it. You tell it where to go. Most people never do this. They check their balance when they're scared, or they glance at it after a purchase and feel that gut punch. That's not a financial plan. That's financial anxiety. A money date flips the script. Instead of avoiding your money, you face it. And when you review your finances every single week, three things start to happen automatically. First, you stop the bleeding. You catch the subscriptions you forgot about, the impulse purchases that snuck through, and the fees draining your account. The average American loses over $200 a month on subscriptions they don't even use. That's $2,400 a year. Second, you start directing your money with intention. Instead of wondering where your paycheck went, you decide in advance. You give every dollar a job before the week starts. This is the foundation of what wealthy people do differently. It's not about how much you earn. It's about how much you keep and where you send it. Third, you create a weekly investing habit. And this is where the math gets exciting. Let's say during your money date, you decide to invest just $50 a week into a low-cost S&P 500 index fund. Over 25 years, at the S&P 500's historical average return of around 10% per year, that $50 a week turns into over $290,000. You only put in $65,000 of your own money. The rest, over $225,000, came from compound growth doing the heavy lifting for you. Even if the market slows down and only averages 8% a year, you'd still end up with over $207,000. That's not a fantasy. That's just math and patience working together. Now, let me show you what a weekly money date actually looks like. Step 1. Pick a day and a time. Set a recurring alarm so you never forget. Step 2. Open your bank account and review every transaction from the past 7 days. Not to judge yourself, just to see reality. Where did the money go? Was it aligned with what matters to you? Step 3. Check your bills coming up in the next 7 days and make sure the funds are there. Step 4. Transfer your weekly investment. Even if it's $10, $25, or $50, move it into your brokerage account or your high-yield savings. Right now, top high-yield savings accounts are paying over 4% APY, and some up to 5%. That means even your emergency fund is growing while it sits there. Step 5. Write down one financial win from the week. Maybe you packed lunch 3 times instead of buying it. Maybe you said no to something you didn't need. This step sounds small, but it rewires your brain to associate money management with positive feelings instead of stress. Here's why this works on a psychological level. Your brain treats money the same way it treats anything else it's afraid of. If you avoid it, the fear grows. But when you face it every single week, the fear shrinks. You start feeling in control. And when you feel in control, you make better decisions. You stop panic spending. You stop emotional shopping. You start thinking in terms of weeks and months. And there's another layer to this. When you make money management a weekly habit, you build what psychologists call self-efficacy, the belief that you can actually change your situation. Most people who stay stuck financially don't stay stuck because of their income. They stay stuck because they've lost belief that anything they do will matter. A weekly money date rebuilds that belief, 1 week at a time. Let me put this into perspective. If you start this habit today, here's what your next 12 months could look like. By month 3, you've eliminated wasteful spending you didn't even know existed. You've probably found an extra $200 to $400 a month just by paying attention. By month 6, you have a growing emergency fund and a small but consistent investment portfolio. The anxiety that used to hit you every time you opened your bank app starts to fade. By month 12, you've saved and invested thousands of dollars. Not because you got a raise or won the lottery, but because you showed up for 15 minutes every single week and made your money behave. This is the part most financial advice gets wrong. They tell you to make more money. And sure, earning more helps. But if you don't have a system for managing what you already have, more money just means more waste. So here's what I need you to do. Open your calendar and block 15 minutes this week for your first money date. Set the alarm. Sit down with your money for 15 minutes and follow those 5 steps. Every dollar you redirect, every subscription you cancel, every $50 you invest brings you closer to a version of your life where money works for you instead of against you. And if this video opened your eyes to something you hadn't thought about before, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.